over 50, you know that over the last 30 years, every decade the nutrition information switches. There were decades of eat all carbohydrates. It's fat that makes you fat. Then what happens? Because that doesn't work. Then the next thing comes. Eat as much fat as you want. Don't eat any carbohydrates. And then that doesn't work. So it goes from pillar to post to pillar to post. So what's both logical and effective? What is a problem is not eating a baked potato. That's not a problem. What's not a problem is eating a serving of rice. Now, what's a serving? A serving is about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup. So, or a cup of pasta, which is 2 ounces dry. You go out to a restaurant, you don't get a cup, you get 2 cups plus bread. There's your double starch. So let's talk about a single starch. So people say, oh, a sandwich is really fattening. I can't eat a sandwich. I'm going to gain weight. I always say, if you eat a sandwich with traditional bread. What do I mean by traditional bread? I mean not supersized bread. Not a big focaccia roll or a ciabatta roll, which is 4 pieces of bread. I'm talking about 2 slices of bread, less than 200 calories. 2 slices of bread. I'm talking about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup of cooked starch, whether it's rice, potato, sweet potato, beans, lentils, grains, all those starches that are absolutely okay in a defined portion size. There's no problem with that. But now let's look at reality. What happens when you eat a double starch? So let's look at some double starches. So breakfast, eggs, toast, potatoes, clearly. Muffins, scones, even if someone says, oh, I eat a no-fat scone, I eat a no-fat muffin. All sugar starch. Okay, now there's lunch. Either, we're talking about double versus single. So instead of a sandwich on traditional bread, there's a sandwich on a focaccia roll, on a ciabatta roll, on whatever kind of big bread. And then, that's already a double starch. Then it's that plus the chips. Oh, I don't eat potato chips. I only eat some chips. Oh, I don't eat potato chips. I eat organic sweet potato chips. So, you know, people have this whole way. It's organic. It's sweet potato. It's whole wheat pasta. Like, whole wheat pasta has no carbohydrate value because it's whole wheat. I mean, this is ludicrous. But people want to believe it's healthy. You know, there's no definition what does healthy mean. What is a definition is how much sugar, how much fat, how much carbohydrates. And then, what is the quality of the ingredients? If you mean by healthy, the quality of the ingredients, that's fine. But it doesn't take out each of the component parts. Okay, now you get to dinner. Where are the double starches? So you go out and you have bread, and then you have a piece of chicken, you have rice, and you have vegetables, double starch, or a pasta, which is a quadruple starch. The problem with double starches is they act as a sugar in your body. What do I mean? I mean the body, you know, most of human history we were starving. So we've gone from starving to insanity in 100 years. All over the world. You know, more people now in the whole world are going to die from obesity than starvation. Shocking. Okay, so you eat these double starches and the body is just not prepared for that amount of carbohydrates. So it acts as a sugar in your body. It raises your blood sugar quickly, and the same fat conversion, which leads to slower metabolism, takes place. So there you are. So, the first mental step is saying, okay, how can I recontextualize this and say, I'm going to take one active step. I'm not going to try to manage, you know, do I eat a half a carrot or a whole carrot? Do I eat 1 banana or 2? I'm going to start by avoiding double starches and sugars. Now people might say, oh my God, it's the holidays, how can I do this? Maybe you can't do it in the holidays over the next 2 weeks, but you can certainly bring down significantly the unnecessary sweets. You know, if you taste something and it's not that great, don't keep going. You know, it's one thing, I always say, you know, if people say, oh, I'm going to some fabulous restaurant, what should I do? I say you should enjoy it. Most people gain weight not at Thanksgiving and not on a trip and not going to some fantastic place that they go to once a year. Most people gain weight by what they have in the house, the leftovers kids' food, the bagels, chocolate in the office, etc., etc. Nothing really remarkable and nothing that they're going to remember. So, that first critical step is coming to terms with sugar is a legal addictive drug. B, I will feel better after the first 7 days that I give this up. I will feel better. Absolutely, I promise. No question about it. I have decades of evidence to prove that. I've never had one person say, you know, I stopped eating sweets and I really feel worse. Now, they might feel worse the first week because, you know, I say you're going to go through withdrawal. Sure, you're going to feel worse, you're going to feel shaky. Not everyone, you could feel shaky, you have a headache, but it's like the flu. You finish it, you're done. 2 weeks later, you're way better. The biggest change most of my clients report is, I have 2 hours more in my day. I am not tired